Buff Nation.
Let's go.
What a weekend, huh?
Great weekend.
Welcome into DNVR Buffs Primetime. We're presented by Illegal Pete's. Everyone's go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beers. Jake and RK. Ryan, tell me about your weekend.
It was great, man. A lot of Buffs fans up there. Shout out Devin, Jared, definitely Chris, Seth. But Chris put the whole tournament together, Chris Bomer, and he did a fantastic job, man. Everyone that went up there had a blast. I think it'll be an annual thing that is just a 10 out of 10 weekend, one that you put on the calendar every year.
How was it being a celebrity for the weekend?
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I felt funny being called that. They kept being like, all celebrities, like, come over here for a picture. And I'm like,
That's hilarious.
It's not me. But it was cool. It was cool. A lot of love for DNVR up there. A lot of people who I don't think knew about DNVR before that really want to check it out now. So that's always a dub.
That's dope. Hopefully they're watching.
I simultaneously got the drunkest I've ever been on the golf course, thanks to my group, who just kept buying shots, and putted the best I've ever putted in my life.
Nice.
Which is a dangerous revelation to make.
That you putt better when you're drunk?
Yes, yes.
You start getting real sloppy.
Dude,
there.
I was just draining everything. It was so wild. It's like a blur now, but I'm like, wow, I just couldn't miss. Then I won a putting competition for like cornhole boards.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the celebrity bump that you got.
Yeah, the ego bump.
Yeah, the
helped
extra
me.
like kicking your steps there.
I'm sure Allie will love that.
Yeah. I went to the Buffs for Life 5K yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
That was dope. There was a Jimmy Horn and a llama.
Okay, yeah. Need some context there.
The llama, they actually followed me on Twitter this morning. It's a company who is, I'll get the name, but they are using the llama as like a mascot, and they're going around Colorado like promoting that you can become a substitute teacher, I guess, pretty easily.
And what does the llama have to do with that?
He's the mascot.
Okay.
So he was there. He has a name too. I think Benito is his actual name.
Okay.
I went up to Jimmy and I was like, "Is this yours?" And of course he said, "Yeah." He almost convinced me. I was like, "This ain't yours." Asked him, "What's the llama's name?" He goes, J5.
Oh my god.
But it was sick. Millie Llama is the company.
Okay.
Their bio on Twitter says Millie Llama is a mobile app that connects college students and gig workers with K through 12 schools to fulfill their substitute teaching needs.
All right. So I don't mean to be anti their mission. But anyone who's ever went to school wouldn't want to be a substitute teacher.
I thought the llama was, when I learned about that, was like a mascot for, maybe the llama could just be the substitute teacher just because there's no rules anyway.
Exactly, yeah. We did have this one substitute teacher who had this like cool machine that dispensed Skittles. I remember him.
Oh man, the comics.
I guess if you just go in and you're really chill,
yeah,
then you'll have a good time as a substitute teacher. It's the ones who come in taking it seriously that end up getting bodied.
You have to understand your environment. You have to roll in the TV. You know, you got to try to get in the students' good graces.
Exactly.
Maybe an extra 5 minutes of recess.
You're like, all right, today we're gonna watch 6236.
Right.
It's a very important educational experience for everyone. You need to see all 6 of Chris Brown's touchdowns.
There you go. That's how you educate as a substitute teacher. It was sick though. Lots of players there. Jimmy was there. If you go to Jimmy's Instagram, I'm in the background of like 2 of his photos. Like
there we go.
Right in the background. Xavier Weaver was there. I saw Dylan. I saw Jeremiah Brown. Victory Johnson. Got to meet him. Jordan Dominic. Lots of guys. I mean, there must have been 30. There was Demoy and Jaquez.
Hell yeah.
Kendrick Breedlove. I mean, I think I saw Landon Beebe. Savion Washington was there.
You
Dan
got a chance
Wells.
to talk to most of these guys?
A few of them. A good number of them. Not all of them. There were a lot.
Cool.
But it was cool. It was fun. Buffs for Life is kind of kicking ass right now. So
that's awesome. So great to hear. And good to see that all the guys are out there supporting.
Yeah.
Did you run any laps?
Hell no. Rick George was out there. I think Coach Flea was out there running too.
Hey. All right. Oh, my microphone's running away from me.
It was a lot of fun though, and honestly, just being back on campus and just feeling the energy surrounding the program again too, it's just palpable, man. You go out there and you just feel it every time. Like people are so happy to be there, so excited. Rick George is running. He's like crossing the line to finish his 5K, and he turns around. There's like a student sitting on the bench. He's like, "Oh, hey, how are your parents?" You know, everyone's just chill, hanging out. It was awesome.
I love that, man. I just love everywhere I go, people want to talk about it with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, that was true a long time ago and then kind of went away. But like, whenever I meet someone or whatever, they just like, I was at a birthday party last night and like everyone just wants to talk about the Buffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's
a
beautiful thing.
I met two people who traveled in from Phoenix. They were DNVR fans. So that was dope.
That is really cool.
I know. It was crazy. Well, the comments have already kind of mentioned it. Cormani's finally in town, Ryan. He made it.
Yes, that video was a lot of video.
It was a lot of video.
For us to learn he's definitely in Colorado.
Yes.
The mountains confirmed it, right? Because I didn't actually recognize the area where he was walking
I know,
around.
same.
I was like, where is he? And he's like, I'm out in Colorado. And then it kind of like panned over. I saw mountains. I was like, all right, I think he actually is here.
Stop asking me now.
Yep, he's here. We need to put like a quote graphic. Cormani is here. Stop asking me. Jake Schwanitz. Where's Cormani?
Where's Cormani? I was about to tweet out like, you guys are eating into your Where's Cormani allotment. So if anything happens in practice and you have to ask where's Cormani is, you're gonna start taking him down if you keep asking during the summer. So, but he made it. He's in town. I saw someone else ask about Tyler Brown. Guys are just traveling. Relax. It's okay.
Maybe he went home for the week.
Yes. But the 5-star is finally in Boulder.
Love to see it. And cannot wait to see him ball.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't understand. I think people that watch this show get it because I've said it about 1,000 times. He's the X factor of the team to me.
Mm-hmm.
If he is ready to go from day one, it could transform what this team could be.
Yep.
2 5-star corners, 2 of the 10 highest rated corners of all time on the same team.
Good luck, man.
Your defense is just about guaranteed to be good.
I mean, it just makes everything harder. It makes the pass rush better. It makes other corners' jobs easier because they're going to get targeted a lot more, and hopefully they're up to those challenges. But
the list goes on.
It's crazy.
Makes the defensive coordinator's job easier.
Yep. Potential two-way ability, too.
I'll never forget. I think I've mentioned this before, but is it Luke Fickell who was the Cincinnati coach?
He's in Wisconsin now, but
he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They had him on an interview, and he was talking about, it was last season, he's talking about how much harder his job got when Sauce left. Because he was just like, yeah, we kind of had to like relearn how to call our defense because it used to just be like, okay, well, Sauce has that side of the field. Let's figure out the rest.
Yep. It's like Darrell Revis in his prime or Richard Sherman.
Yep.
I mean, it's literally changes defense. When I worked at SIS and I was charting defensive games and I got the Seahawks, they would always tell you if you're trying to chart a coverage, do not look at Richard Sherman.
Right.
Because they just let him do whatever he wants.
Yes. Just man.
Yep.
Single him up, deal with the rest of the field.
Coach, so that picture we showed on Friday was before the surgery, but Miss Tracy posted that after the surgery with the good words.
Okay, great.
We did, however, get a bit of an update from Coach that there's another blood clot that he has to deal with. This one is in his right leg. He underwent the procedure on Friday, was that?
Yes.
For one in his left thigh and another in the same leg below his knee. So now this one is in the right side. But seemed like he was, obviously recovering from going under and stuff, but seems like himself and ready to get back to work.
Yeah, for sure. I think the blood clots can be very scary. The good news, I guess is the best way to put it, is like he knows that these exist. When blood clots can be most dangerous is if you don't know you have it. Mm-hmm. But now they're monitoring these things closely. They can take care of it. Obviously, you never want to have to go under the knife, but it doesn't seem like it's too crazy of a surgery for them to take care of this stuff. So they'll keep a constant eye on him to make sure that nothing new is developing.
So we'll find out, I guess, when he gets the second surgery. I'm assuming it's going to happen before the season. But that'll bring him one step closer to his ultimate goal of just having increased blood flow and hopefully fixing some of those toes.
For sure.
But everyone seemed, when I was there in Boulder yesterday, no one was talking about it. Everyone thinks Coach he's on the up and up. He's on the road to being himself very, very soon.
Good. Great.
There's another video.
Oh, boy.
That came out from Tawarski Abrams, or TJ Abrams, in Florida State. He went on an OV to FSU this last weekend, doing his thing, and was asked about Colorado on his OV to FSU. He's asked if he was going to go back. He said definitely not.
This is so unbelievably cringy. Not from him. I don't blame him. He was just asked.
Right.
From the reporter, whoever that was, that asked him that question. Bro, you're in the ACC, thousands of miles away from Colorado. Why are you thinking about us?
They're scared.
I mean, legitimately, if I was an FSU fan, I would be ashamed of whoever this person was. That you are bringing up Colorado all the way across the country on a guy who, yes, has a Colorado offer, but it's not like he's down to Colorado and FSU and he's trying to choose who he's going to. This was such a cringy, clout-chasing event.
It was really weird. The question itself was weird. Why are you asking that when this guy's on an OV? Like, this should be all about momentum for Florida State. Like, why is Colorado even entering your mind at that point? And I tweeted out, who is this? Because I just didn't know who it was.
It was not like he's one of our guys that we've talked about.
Exactly. We talk about a lot of recruits, a lot of Charles Lester III. We talked about Brandon Davis Swain a lot. Aaron Butler, Boot Carter, guys who go all over the country and come to see you. I did not know who this was. I went on his Twitter page. He talked about his offer in January. I think that's the last time I saw him publicly mention Colorado. So
weird. I think this phrase, the living rent-free in your head phrase is way overused, but this is the definition.
It is.
This is literally where that phrase comes from. The Colorado is living rent-free in your head. That is what this is the definition of.
Colorado's just a buzzword these days, though.
And I realize it's FSU where, Coach Prime obviously played, but it is so odd how much, think about Florida or someone else in your conference.
Right. They're not even bringing up Miami, UCF, or Florida. They're bringing up Colorado.
Yeah, worry about Clemson.
So TJ Abrams is from Fort Myers, Florida. So that might be, I guess, the connection to ask about Colorado. But as I said, I don't think they've really recruited this guy that hard.
No.
I don't know. Weird stuff going on. Colorado's a buzzword. Just be careful. Recruits are, they know what happens when you mention Colorado or you post a pic of Prime. You guys are going to give them likes and follows and retweets. And
that should happen. That's a good thing.
For sure. But that's kind of what they're trying to do too, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like how, ESPN wants to involve LeBron and everything.
Yes.
Because it drives its engagement.
Anything else on that?
No. It's just, honestly, it's funny to me.
It is.
I'm like, wow, dude. We joke about Nebraska or CSU, but no one would be asking a recruit on a visit, are you going to go to Nebraska?
Right.
Actually, the last thing you would ever want to do is bring it up to them, put it in their brain.
Exactly. Yeah, what's even a comparison for this? It'd be like a recruit from, I don't know, California visiting USC, and they're asking, so Michigan, you gonna take an OV there?
Yeah.
What?
Cringe.
Take on the sun with gear built to last with shady rays, premium polarized lenses, extremely strong and durable frames. Every single pair backed by Lost and Broken replacement program. You can go shop their entire collection at the brand new Park Meadows Mall, or brand new Park Meadows Mall location. Go to shadyrays.com and you can use the code DNVR. You'll get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. And you can try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. It's been a beautiful last few days. Boulder yesterday, it was amazing. That was a perfect morning.
Love to see it. It was a great weekend, though.
It really was.
80.
We deserved this.
Yes, we did.
And then Shador's number 2. While you're out there enjoying the beautiful weather, and you're on the grill, make sure you have some Shador's number 2 for whatever you're making. It goes great on absolutely everything. Wings, chicken, pulled pork, all that good stuff. Go to plbse.com and use the code ALLCITY, all caps, all one word. And you'll get 10% off your order of Shador's number 2.
Allie said she wants grilled chicken tonight, so
there you go.
Throw some Shador's on that.
Hell yeah. Pac-Man came to campus.
Yes.
That was a great video. A lot of fun. He is...
one of a kind?
He is one of a kind.
Yeah.
I think the headline that Bucky put was Coach Prime's 4th son or something like that.
Yeah.
One of the first things he mentioned, though, the views. And I believe they were in Coach Prime's office and, looking out the window. And, of course, it's a great view. But he said they pulled over on the side of the highway to take pictures as they were driving in.
Wow.
Like, they were that, enamored by it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, that's a... When you talk about stopping someone in their tracks, quite literally stop them in their tracks.
And this is a guy who's played in Denver as a Bronco. He's been in Colorado before. I don't know if he's ever been up to CU, but I think that's pretty telling. It's really green out here right now. It's honestly perfect.
I know, and you get a blue sky day like that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it looks like the Flatirons are jumping out of the sky.
Yeah. He also mentioned the facilities. How was Colorado this sorry with these facilities as he's walking around the IPF/weight room?
It's a good question. I have the answer.
Tell us.
The restrictions.
Yep.
The academic restrictions. It's a perfect storm where you get an elite recruiter in Coach Prime, and then you also lift those restrictions. Mm-hmm. Where all of a sudden it's double. But Chandler Dorrell isn't a good example. But let's just say Mike McIntyre, who was before Mel Tucker. He would have done a much better job without those restrictions. So it's a combination of both. But if you want to know the answer to the question, how is Colorado so sorry with these facilities? That's the real answer.
I think it goes back a bit to the 95% thing that Coach talks about, though. I mean,
yes,
get a guy here and you don't even have to sell anything. You don't have to just look around. Look at the IPF. Look at the facilities. Look at the cafeteria. Look at Folsom. Look at the campus. And then look at the Flatirons.
Yep.
It all just sells itself, and now it's kind of working full steam ahead, too.
Totally. And, on top of it, the academics are strong.
Yep.
Not elite by any stretch of the mind, but a good academic school. Your degree from here will carry weight. Mm-hmm. It's a perfect storm.
Really is. Pac-Man also had a lot of praise for Kevin Mathis. Said he was the reason he was an all-pro corner in 2014. Just talking about, I'm not, this isn't word for word, but kind of being confident in your movements. If you're going to break on the ball. Stuff like that. He said Kevin Mathis really helped him with. And even today, Big Game Boomer, our guy, put out top 50 defensive back coaches. Charles Kelly was number 15. They don't mention Kevin Mathis, but, man, Deion Sanders, Kevin Mathis, and now Charles Kelly. Coach Dancy, too, who I think is a secondaries coach as well.
Yep.
This is where you go if you want to be a top-tier corner or safety.
It's crazy because you have Pac-Man with his relationship with Coach Prime, and then also his relationship with Kevin Mathis. How many guys are just out there that overlap? Yep. I mean, it seems like every player has some sort of relationship to Colorado. Mm-hmm. I saw something about Lewis Seen, and he gave credit to Coach Prime for something.
Let's go.
And it's just man, it's just crazy, top to bottom. Pacman Jones, you just keep on going down the list. Pat Surtain has connections to this coaching staff. It's just, you look around, you point to a player, they've got some sort of connection to being here.
Well, it goes back to, remember the coach's Super Bowl interview with Rich Eisen and how Rich was kind of talking about Coach Prime was Coach Prime before he became Coach Prime. even at the NFL Combine, just kind of coaching guys up, always pulling them aside for little pointers. That goes a long way, too, just because of the legend he is in the game of football. But he also has legitimate knowledge to drop, and you can see it from just what these guys are saying.
Well, and he's wanting to impart it on anyone who is willing to accept it.
Right.
And so he just has an insane Rolodex of people that he was willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
Again, goes against the idiotic narrative out there that Coach Prime is only about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk to anyone who knows him.
Yep.
And they'll say, oh, man, he helped me with this or he helped me with that.
Jabriel says I need to get the Dancy fade. I'm getting a haircut this week.
I am too. I was going to say I'll take any fade right now.
I spoke to someone in the program yesterday at the run, had a lot of praise for Coach Dancy in helping them flip this roster.
That's awesome.
He was director of scouting at Vanderbilt, and I think, obviously, if you bring in this many new players, you got to have someone there grinding the film, doing the hard work, actually know what they're looking at to put this team together, and it sounds like he was a big piece of that.
Yep.
All right, what else do we have? We had 2 visitors this last weekend.
Okay.
2 teammates. Jimmy Searfrost at 247 Sports wrote up an article about them. Jace Pina and Wyatt Horton, both out of Pinnacle High School in Phoenix, Arizona. In that article, Jimmy mentions they were both asked separate times about each other, and they both each said, "That's my best friend."
Oh.
So
cute.
Wyatt's a quarterback. Jace is a wide receiver. Jace is 6'2", 175. He's class of 2025. And Wyatt is class of 2025 as well, 6 foot, 175. Wyatt Horton has a 3-star rating, according to 247 Sports. Jace Pina has no ratings. He has an offer from CSU, and then Wyatt Horton has a Power 5 offer from Arizona. But both were hanging out this weekend.
Hell yeah.
That's about it. I have a recruiting update, besides the fact that Winston Watkins is now a 5-star, according to Rivals.
Yes. And as I always say, what recruiting service do I like? The one that rates our players the highest.
I think he's a 5-star on 3 or something.
Okay.
But now he gets another one. He's going to be top 15. He said his goal is #1 player in the nation. He's going to be a lock top 15 player, though.
And Jake, when we saw Winnie Watkins tape for the first time, our first question was, how is he not a 5-star?
Yes.
And we knew he would be eventually. He had all the offers, everything. He checks off every box to be a 5-star player. And every time we see him do something, I just wish that he could be on campus right now.
I know. He had another insane catch. If you want to show it, Alyssa, he was at a 7-on-7 tournament. I don't know where. I don't know what's going on, but this guy's just out there, one hand, like with ease. It's literally like almost Odell Beckham type stuff.
Yes.
He just snags it out of the air. This is the 50th ranked player in the 247 Sports composite right now, but his goal's #1 player. He's gonna be way up there when it's all said and done.
I love that, man. I just love that sort of drive. Like, a lot of players would probably be satisfied with becoming a 5-star player. For him, it's just always pushing for the next thing.
Yep. He's happily repped Colorado too. Always wears like Buffs gloves.
Yep.
Always wearing a hat or a hoodie or something. Just he has like the. Here we go. Watch this catch. There's a better angle from the other side. But this is red zone work, short area. Just an out route.
Just put it in his general vicinity.
And just snags it out of the air. Show the other video if you can, Alyssa. This guy is, I don't know. We watch a lot of guys. I still don't think we've seen anyone as talented as this guy.
I could get on board with that.
He's just something else.
I mean, we've seen different skills from different guys. Like to me, Boo Carter,
right.
His movement is unlike anyone else, but the jumping and catching ability of Winnie Watkins combined with also great route running ability is so special. I mean, what's crazy is just how young he is right now.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And he's doing all of this stuff. He's already a grown man.
And he's got room to grow. He's only 5'10", 170 right now. I mean, we have another 2 years basically till he's on campus. He could easily add another 2-3 inches, another 10, 15 pounds. And that's before he even gets to Coach Mo's program, where you know that he's going to bulk up there. You mentioned the route running. That's something that stands out to me too. Honestly, just a special player.
Yes.
And can't wait till he's in Boulder.
How many? So we got to wait through all of next season too, and then he joins the team?
Class of 2025.
So wait. We're in the class of 24 right now.
Yep.
But those players are coming next summer.
Right.
So it's a whole... Okay.
Yep.
We're 2 years away from him being on campus.
Yeah. I know.
Can he graduate early or something?
He could. Oh, did you hear about this Ole Miss quarterback?
No. Oh, maybe.
The guy who was a 2025 quarterback who reclassified into the 23 class?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, I guess.
All right. I'm in for it. He's ready right now.
He really is.
Yeah.
If he was in Boulder right now, him, Travis, Jimmy is just a almost unguardable threesome of wide receivers.
I feel confident saying he could start against TCU.
Probably. Yep. Yep, first commit. Kind of a legend in his own right already.
Yeah, he is.
He really is. All right. Let's get to some questions, but first a word from Breckenridge Brewery. It is
still Mountain Beach month.
It is still Mountain Beach month. We have, I think, 4 days left. So come down to DNVR Bar, get yourself a Mountain Beach Sour. It's our beer of the month here. But Breckenridge Brewery has a beer for any occasion. Speaking of Breckenridge Brewery, you might need 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 or 7 if you went to that Rockies game.
Oh, my God. Well, you had time to drink plenty because the game lasted forever. Just kept scoring.
Oh, shout out to the actual diehard Rockies fans because, man.
The funny thing is the Rockies won the series.
I know. They got outscored, 32-12 in the series?
They won on Friday and Sunday and then just got walloped on Saturday.
Oh, man. You can try out some of our favorites. The Avalanche Amber Ale right in front of me. We got the Vanilla Porter Jr. on tap here. You can check out their beer locator at www.breckbrew.com, and you can find a Breck Brew near you. Then shout out to FOCO, the leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise. They got a product line that includes apparel, accessories, toys, novelty items, collectibles. They got a bunch of bobbleheads, summer apparel, straw hats, all that cool stuff. Everything for baseball season if you're outside in the yard or at a game. FOCO has our back for Colorado sports, and they have yours too. Get the best gear around by using the link in our description. For all non-presale items, use the promo code DNVR, and you'll get 10% off. It's great for gifts. Shout out to FOCO. I like these ideas in the chat.
Such as?
Segment ideas, content ideas,
Oh,
actually.
okay, let's go. Write them down.
I will. I've got a big list. We'll do some fun stuff coming up. Also, the football team is off on Friday. So there's a good chance someone may be here.
Let's go. Love to hear it.
All right. Sam is asking, when do you think CU has another big recruiting weekend? I'd imagine once Coach Prime is healthy and kind of just back to being himself and ready for it.
Yeah.
Probably not too long after that. But I don't know.
I also think the closer we get to the season, the more likely they are to just have guys come for a game.
Right.
I mean, that's when you're really going to get the full experience.
Exactly. CJK, how is it being a Rockies fan? What the fuck? 25-1.
Most of us Rockies fans just don't pay attention right now.
It's rough, man.
Yeah, I saw someone tweeting about how, they said a lot of people have said that the Rockies killed baseball for them, and they're like, well, were you really a baseball fan? And I was like, no, I was a Rockies fan.
Right.
And that is actually somehow worse than being a Buffs fan for the last 20 years.
It's really bad right now. Do you think something actually happens from this to put pressure on ownership?
No.
Really?
They averaged 44,000 people a game at the stadium this weekend.
That is wild to me.
Yeah.
How many of those were Angels fans, do you think?
Not that many. I mean, some, but like it's the Angels.
Yeah.
California.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and I get it, but 44,000 people showed up on average for 3 days.
Yeah.
They've got it all figured out.
It's wild,
They're
man.
printing money off of doing nothing.
Who would be the Rockies' equivalent of Coach Prime coming to just be the savior? Reincarnated Babe Ruth.
Well, I was gonna say like Barry Bonds,
Yeah.
but even that doesn't hit the same.
Right.
And it does. None of it could in pro sports
It's
because
true.
there's no recruiting angle.
Right. Eric's asking, did me and the llama get along? Did I pet it? I did not pet the llama.
If it didn't spit on you, it's a win.
It didn't. That thing was, I don't know, man. It kind of intimidated me a bit because he was not like easily moved. He was kind of like dictating his own thing.
Sassy llama.
Jimmy had it locked down because he was just like, you know what? If you're going to chill, I'm just going to chill here with you.
Llamas are, they're sassy.
They are.
Got those big teeth up front. Too.
Yeah. That was funny though. Angela, RK, are you brave enough to play 18 holes with Jeremiah Brown? And what course in Denver would you take him to?
I mean this when I say it. I will play golf with anyone who is just there to have a good time. If you take yourself too seriously and you start getting all angry, that's when I'm going to be bummed that I went golfing with you.
Right.
Something tells me Jeremiah Brown wouldn't take himself too seriously on the golf course. I take him right over here to City Park. We'll have a good time.
That dude is big.
Yes.
Just seeing him yesterday, I was like, okay, whoa.
A lot of guys like that around this team now.
Yep. Derek Jeter, Ken Griffey as potential Rocky saviors in that Coach Prime role.
Ken Griffey would be a close comp.
Yeah.
But again, wouldn't do anything for us. Just need ownership that wants to win.
Alpine's checking in from the DMV.
Let's go. Shout out to the DMV.
What's up, DMV?
Hang in there.
James, any updates on offensive line and tight end recruits? That's my only gripe. We seem to be lacking there. Yeah, I mean, recruiting's hit a bit of a lull right now, but I don't think it's anything bad or worth freaking out about.
Also, people got to remember that not like back in the day, the only transfers we got were grad transfers.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are going to play here for a while.
Yep.
Tyler Brown's got plenty
Yeah.
of eligibility left.
Yeah, lots of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of guys in the front seven are grad transfers, but there is a surprising like amount of depth. I mean, guys like Artem Walker,
Yep.
J.J. Hawkins, Amari McNeil have only been in college 1 or 2 years. Like, they have a whole college career ahead of them.
Yep.
Peyton, curious to hear your thoughts around Chandler Dorrell staying on the staff. Haven't heard much about that. I have heard actually a lot of positive things about Chandler Dorrell.
I was going to say, it's a testament to the way people around the program felt about him while Carl Dorrell was here.
Yep.
And so he kind of earned his reputation around the program. And let's all be very honest about this. Coach Prime wouldn't be keeping him around if he didn't feel he was
sure.
of value.
Yeah.
So honestly, like the utmost props to Chandler for not just being a guy who was there because his dad was there and proving that he could be a valuable asset to the program. And Coach Prime then recognizing that and wanting to keep him around based on, I think, honestly, the recommendations he got from people around the program.
Just a cool dude. He's been here. I enjoy talking to him whenever I get the chance.
Yep. Loves it here.
Yeah, and I heard he was one of the driving forces that helped push this transfer stuff through that they were dealing with last season.
Yep.
So, Key, who are our sleepers for all three levels of the defense? You have Chaz, Victory, and Rod Ward. I wrote an article on this last week. We did a show last Wednesday on this too. But I think Derek McClendon made our list.
Yep.
Roderick Ward also made our list.
Yep.
You could throw Victory Johnson in there. You could throw any, I think, Kofi Taylor Barracks, Morgan Pearson, any of those young guys at linebacker. Who else did we say?
The Garden City
Oh, Zach Blackwood.
Yep.
Also, shook Arden Walker's hand. Without a doubt, the most like grip strength of anyone that shook my hand yesterday.
Right. Good stuff.
Guy is strong. Chris, can we get a segment where RK selects his all-time Buffs team? Every position.
Sure. We did do the all-time Buffs draft. I dominated that.
Yeah.
Poor Dre.
Poor Trey. He just walked out too.
Yeah, I'm down to make an all-time squad. That's a lot of pressure, but I'm in for it. Jake's writing it in the notes.
I am. All right, what else do we got? Vel, have y'all been watching these simulations of CU games, CU versus TCU and CU versus Nebraska?
Can't say I have.
We should do a segment on this. There's a website that you can kind of run stuff. I know he's talking about, or Vel's talking about, I think, an NCAA simulation. But those are fun.
You know we're starving when we're talking about simulations. Haven't heard that since COVID. We were like betting on Madden games.
I'm kind of I'm proud of us. So we haven't gotten to the AI route yet. We've had actual like content.
Yeah.
Like we're okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, DV Harris, another good sleeper.
Yep. Vito Tisdale was the guy I wrote about in the article. Saw Travis J there. That's another big guy.
Oh yeah, he's built.
Yeah. Nicholas is asking when CU might have an open practice.
We have no idea.
At least another month or so until we hear anything, I think.
Yeah.
We'll have to get Unk back on, see if he can give us some inside info.
For sure.
Eric, Arcane Jake. You switched it, Alyssa. You're good. How worried should other schools be of Coach Prime in Colorado for signing day, especially if they have a successful season this year? That's
the most.
Yeah. Sky's the limit,
the
really.
most worried you can possibly be. Like, if they have a successful season this year, no one feels safe about their recruits if they had a Colorado offer or any Colorado interest.
Yep. It's going to be signing day would be mayhem this year. Imagine Colorado wins 8 games and all of a sudden these, big visit weekends are just all 4 or 5 stars. It's like Alabama, Tennessee, whatever they're doing right now.
For sure.
It'd be insane.
Larry says Unk said first day of pads is in August.
Yep. The Waddy Way. Arcade, do you know of any charity golf tournaments on September 30th? Me and 3 of my boys are flying in from Kitchener, Ontario for the USC game.
Home
That's
of Jamal
dope.
Murray.
Hell yeah.
I do not. I wish I had that deep of a knowledge of all the charity golf tournaments. But if anyone wants to invite me to any charity golf tournaments, I'm in all day.
Or celebrity golf tournaments.
Yeah, there you go. Just get a tee time at a cool course like Fossil Trace or something. That's only 30 minutes outside of Boulder. And enjoy your day before the game.
The greens are thriving these days out here.
Oh, my God. Every course is in good shape. It's beautiful.
King Mars, how many guys left from the 111 team? I think we're,
Maybe less.
maybe less. What was that article? We talked about that not too long ago. I can't remember what it was. Saw Hankerson there and Van Wells. Those were the only returning guys, I think, that I saw yesterday.
No Trevor Woods?
No, I didn't see Trevor. I didn't see Tank. I don't think I saw Chance Main. There were a lot of guys there, so I definitely missed some.
The one person directly I ran into a couple people directly in the Buffs world this weekend. One, Mark Johnson. Always an enjoyable conversation to just hear those bassy tones. And then the other person in the Buffs world that I ran into was Neek Clifford. Who, of course, transferred to Colorado State.
Yeah.
And you could tell, even just like on the football thing, he was like feeling a little bit of FOMO over the Coach Prime era. But I was talking to him, we were kind of joking about him transferring to CSU, and I was like, I'll still wish the best for you most games. And then we got to talking about the Nuggets, and I was like, are you a Nuggets fan? He's from Colorado.
He is, yeah. He's a Colorado kid.
No, I'm a Lakers fan. And I was I'm done with you.
Wow.
I'm done with you.
That's just like Arden, though, because he's a Colorado kid.
We got to do better in this state.
We do. I met Bangoat Dak yesterday.
Oh yeah,
the new guy who also reclassified.
Did you ask him his name? Was that proper
I did.
pronunciation?
I did.
Okay, all right. I guess I trust you now.
A lot of athletes out yesterday.
I don't know who's a better bowler, you or me.
Oh, it's got to be you. Aren't you you have your own bowling ball and shit?
I've had it since 6th grade. That doesn't count.
But you go bowling with all the people for the bolo stuff and all that. So
I do enjoy bowling.
I like bowling too. I haven't been in a minute though. Wii bowling? Did you ever play that back in the day? Lost hours of my life to that.
Yeah, I love Wii bowling. That might be the best Wii sport.
Yep. The golf one was fun too.
The golf one was okay.
Not a fan.
One of my least favorite.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Did you ever play the track and field one, the Sonic game?
No.
That game was dope. It had the
I really only ever
played
true Wii sports. It's the only Wii game I ever played.
The classic one.
Yeah,
best-selling game of all time, I think.
I think tennis is better than bowling. Tennis was fun.
Tennis was all right.
I'd do the bowling.
Sanford has a question. How many players can travel on the road game to TCU? Oh, man. I don't know the exact parameters.
I want to say the number is 65. Is it what you get to travel with? But yeah.
I don't know. This is going to take some digging.
I believe you can travel with 65 players.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. What are we eating for lunch today? That's what
I think
Pesos is asking.
I might be on for Illegal Pete's.
Let's go. I'm down.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.